You're listening to the Stupidity In Your Ear podcast. Here comes the stupid.
Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast.
What's good, y'all? I guess we are officially now a pondcast, right?
Officially. It's sad, but, if it's what makes money, then I'm down for it.
So I don't know if you can tell, the audio is a little bit different, but I am across the pond. So
Yes. I wonder if it's weird because it just, didn't have good connection there, so it was proned, but...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh well, what can you do?
What can you
True
do?
followers will stay legit, so...
Yeah, they better.
Mm.
Anyway, How is Scotland?
It's pretty great, man. I mean, getting here is always interesting because you fly overnight and then you get here in the 7 a.m.
Yeah.
and you got to stay up all day or
That
else
sucks, yeah.
you die. But stayed up all day. We get to the house that we're renting or whatever, and the guy that's renting us the house is showing my mom around or whatever, and I'm just kind of following. And they get up to the master bedroom or whatever, show her around, leave. I just I'm just gonna lay down on the top of this bed real quick, out like a freaking light, just out, fully clothed, everything. And then apparently my mom wakes me up 40 minutes later. She's like, "Do you want to take a shower?" And she said that I just sat up, eyes bloodshot, "No, it's okay." And she was like, "What's okay?" I was like, "The shower." And then I just crawled into the sheets and went to sleep. I have no memory of that. Wake up at 12 o'clock. I'm fully clothed. I have 15 pounds and change in my pocket. Why do I have all this change in my pocket? So I go to the bathroom, strip down, get back in bed, wake up at 8:30, 15 hours of sleep, and no memory of any of it. So
Wow. 15 hours?
15 hours, yeah.
And you said you went to the bathroom and you stripped down?
Yeah.
Naked? And back to bed? In the master bedroom?
Just about, yeah. Yeah, I felt bad because I stole the master bedroom from my parents, but I was no memory of it, so
Wow.
whatever. What
It's all
can you
about
do?
you, I guess.
It is. That's what all of this is about, the whole world and everything, so.
Wow. Good for you. Good
Thank
for you.
Thanks. So, how are things in not Scotland?
I went to the grocery store the other day and I figured I'd pick up on the segment
Favorite
that
segment. Yeah.
very popular. Went to the store and I was looking for some stuff, and before I know it, I'm checking out and I only have 3 things. Well, actually, I only have 2 things. I have lettuce and I have Doritos. Of the Cool Ranch
They
variety.
complement each other so perfectly.
Yeah, it's lettuce Doritos are my favorite. But then I was I feel like I need to buy some more things, and I look to my right, and there are some Legos. And I never was a Lego guy growing up, but I figured, college is the perfect time to start getting the Legos. So I now...
everyone says college is for experimenting, and
now,
you are.
Wow.
With Legos.
Yeah, some different way. And now I'm the proud owner of some Legos. But yeah, so my 3 things I bought for this week were lettuce, Doritos, and Legos.
They were Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. What's that?
It was actually, it's pretty small, but it's pretty awesome. It's you know that ship in The Last Jedi when they're on Crate and Kylo is in it, that big ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's cool,
it's pretty
man.
cool. Pretty tight.
Pretty tight.
Pretty
That's
tight.
dope. Actually, I am a Star Wars Lego owner as well. Shamefully, I'd say. But
no, don't be shamefully.
What can you do?
You have the what's it called? The Death Star.
Death Star. Yeah. That was the holy grail as I was growing up, Always wanted that thing, but it was always way too expensive. And then 2 or 3 years ago, my parents bought it for Paul and I for Christmas, and we spent 8 hours building the whole thing. So
That's just so sick. That's the perfect way to spend Christmas.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. But when I left, I handed it over to Paul for him to keep. So
you didn't bring it to Scotland?
I thought about it, but
That would have been pretty weird, I guess.
that would have been over the 50-pound bag limit. So
Whoa, how much does it weigh?
Oh, I don't know. But it would have pushed me over the top for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that it weighs over 50 pounds. I was like, how could a kid? Which is what it's meant for. No offense.
Trying to put it on like a shelf, and it just comes crashing down, just tearing the skin off your face. Oh man.
Actually, okay. So I have some questions for you.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
Since you're in Scotland, I just figured I would clear the air. So does everyone have painted faces, like in Braveheart, and does everyone go around giving like rousing speeches about freedom, like giving monologues all the time?
Well, there's a lot of international people here, so not those people, but everyone else that's not international, yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, like, they really like the Hollywood portrayal of William Wallace. They think it's really accurate. So they're really big fans of that. They also only wear kilts, which is crazy. Yeah. So when it's really breezy, you got to keep your eyes up. I mean, it's a dangerous day. They're always drunk. Everyone is always drunk. That's not true at all. But
so, how often do they screen Braveheart?
Usually only when they're doing something like heroic, like if they're crossing the street, freedom, and then everyone charges across the street. But then as soon as they get to the other side, they just like calm down. They're just like, oh yeah, good eye, mate. Yeah.
They're English now too.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's all the same, right? If you're from America, definitely. Everyone in Europe is all the same. So
yeah, definitely.
That's probably not offensive what I just said, but.
Well, I have some more questions I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah.
So, every movie I've seen that is based in Scotland or someone is from Scotland, the women all have red hair. And so I'm assuming that everyone in Scotland that's from Scotland has red hair. That's a girl. Yeah. Is that correct as well?
It's correct. It's actually terrible because when you're eating food, you're always pulling red hair out of your food. It's like it gets in between your teeth. You just pull it out like a big, long strand. It's always curly. So sometimes, like kind of like if you collect like 10 of them, you put them together and you put them down those stairs like a slinky. It's pretty nice. But yeah. That's a good question.
Far and away the grossest thing I've ever heard anyone say. I'm going to move on. My next thing just says bagpipes.
Yes.
Cool. How many sheep do you own?
Me? Well, everyone in the country is allotted 2 sheep that you have to take care of. As soon as you come through customs, they hand you 2 leashes, and they say, once you leave the airport, you're going to pick up your sheep. They're actually great for carrying luggage. I kind of just like duct taped my bags onto the sheep.
Oh, that's smart. Like a mule, but like with the sheep.
And it's great because like once a month, you just get some shears and you just shear all of the wool off, and then you can just put it on. It's just a coat is all it is.
Yeah,
so
you just put it directly from the sheep to you. Yeah.
It's really nice. Sometimes if you want like a blue coat, you have to like go buy some like blue like lapis, and just kind of dump it all over.
So it's a lot. This is very similar to the popular game Minecraft.
No, it is. Life here is Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you in creative or story mode?
Definitely creative. I just don't think I could hack it in story mode. But if you go out to the country a bit, that's where you kind of get into story mode. But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, those are all of my serious questions about Scotland.
Okay. Do you have any not serious questions?
Yes, I do have one or two. Do they? So, say you're going to the cinema.
Yeah.
For on a nice date. Right. Do they have Scottish movies or do they screen American movies? Do they have Scottish movies as a thing? You have no idea.
I think they definitely have UK movies like that are definitely more prominent in the UK, but I think Hollywood is still pretty big over here. Like
Hollywood.
Like I think I walked past and saw like posters
Avengers
for like movies. Yeah.
I say that, but I actually like Avengers.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Just knocked my mic
That's
off.
a pretty good question, actually.
So why don't you,
I don't really know the answer.
Why don't you get back to me on that, my friend?
I will.
And then,
probably not going to see very many movies over here, honestly, but...
Okay. Rude. Do you not like...
No, it's just because, like, American pride. Like, I just want to spend my money in America, so...
Yeah. Not going to spend any money there.
Right.
You're going to harm the American economy if you spend money over here, so... You're the one putting us in debt, Sam.
Oh, gosh. sorry, but I'm not, because it's worth it to see people scream freedom as they cross the street. So
Freedom!
freedom.
Okay, another question I have.
Yeah.
Well, this is more of, I think you're going to have to be here more, so I'd love for you just to get back to in this one.
Yeah.
In America, it's a big culture to be super rude and be super late. And I am someone who takes part in this culture a fair amount. However, there's people like at college is different. Like I'm never late to class.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. I didn't knock, but I just said it. Yeah, I didn't want to be loud.
So you're all good.
Like there's a kid in my sociology class who shows up every single day, 10 to 15 minutes late.
No.
Every single day.
You're
and I'm
lying.
like, no, I'm not kidding. And it's every single day. And the professor the first day was like, please don't be late. And like the kid just walks in late at the same time every single day. And she looks at him. He just goes to the back. And I'm like, how do you have the courage to do that every single day? That's so rude.
It's so rude. Yeah.
And so and I'm like, well, just get up 10 minutes earlier. Why? Seriously, like I don't understand the point of that. And the class is at 11, so it's like, just go to bed early.
That's
yeah,
not that hard.
I know. So that must be his first class of the day, or his class before that takes ages. Like I don't know, but I'm like, just get up earlier. Seriously. But every class I'm in, there's always several people that show up this.
It's probably because he's trying to cross the street and he doesn't scream freedom is the thing.
Yeah,
but
definitely. God,
sorry,
American
continue.
crossings.
That was a rude interruption.
No, it's not worth it. It wasn't that funny. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would love to get back to being honest. People in Scotland are the same way, where they just show up late repeatedly show up late without an excuse, just over and over again. I would love to hear that.
I definitely will get back to you. Classes don't start for me for like another week. I don't start. But I'm moving tomorrow, which will be interesting. Rudeness. I wouldn't say rude per se, but like in English, we're definitely known for like not talking as much. Like you have an English waiter, and like I guess in America, we're just used to like people always being very talkative and asking you what you want. They're very just more quiet, I guess. And I guess that comes off as rude to some people. I don't think so, but the Scottish are definitely more hospitable. Definitely more like down to earth. There's a lot of farming out here, so the people are very hospitable. But I don't know.
Gotcha.
What's up, guys? So sorry about all of that. Our recording software just froze up on us, and then since we hadn't purchased it yet, it was a free trial, and yada, yada, yada. It started making this static noise. We thought about starting over, but we kind of had already got so much in there that if you guys don't mind, I'm sorry about the noise, but we're good from now on. We're still just trying to figure all this out, but I guess welcome back. Welcome back. It's good job. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Something important, I'm sure.
I'm sure it was really important.
I did have something to mention. We recently had one of our buddies, Caden, shout us out on Instagram. Thanks for the shout out, Caden.
Caden, what's up, dude?
What's good? No, that reminded me of a story that is one of our favorite stories. We were at IHOP with Caden late one night. It wasn't after Star Wars, I don't think. But
no. So I remember what it was.
What?
They had a football game.
Oh, that's right. Right.
But no, do you remember that? They had a football game, and like you, me, and Caleb, I think, or something like that. We all, a bunch of people, we all drove to the game, and then it just poured like hail too, I think, and it was like 45 minutes away. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, and so we were with them, Caden and Hillard as well. Went to IHOP afterward, and they were starving. And IHOP has this deal. It's called the 2x2x2. So you get 2 pancakes, 2 pieces of bacon, and 2 eggs, or something like that. And so Caden, the waiter comes over, he's taking orders. Caden's like, I'll have the 2x2x2. And then he pauses for a minute. He's like, by 2.
The most iconic thing ever.
Telling this story now, it sounds really lame, but it was like 12 at night or something, and it was just the funniest thing. But
well, then, so he got 2 of those, but then also got like a short stack on the side. So 18, all of it. It was awesome.
Man had, 6 pancakes, 6 pieces of bacon.
Yeah.
No, 8 pancakes. I don't know. It's
It was
so much
something
food.
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So that was pretty iconic. But
Caden, you're the best, man.
Shout out Caden. I also had this other thing that when I was leaving Wichita, I saw all these signs everywhere for this chiropractic place. And the sign says, "This joint is legal." Oh man, I just thought that was the stupidest marketing. I don't even know. Like,
he's got to be a dad with 4 to 5 kids, and he's so desperate. He's like, I have to put some sort of dad joke in here, but I really need to pay for my kids' college. So,
and I was just thinking of like other ones he could have said. Like, I can't remember which ones I was thinking of now, but golly.
Another reason to not live in America.
Just trying to make chiropractic. What? How do you even say it?
Chiropractic. Yep.
Chiropractic care relevant to weed smoking teenagers. Like, is that really the audience you need to be shooting for?
I know. It's just.
What can you do though?
What can you do? Did I tell you that I found that $250 of cash in my room that I lost? I cannot believe. I literally was like, I either lost that or I put it in the bank, but I never checked the bank, and I'm like, I definitely lost this. But it was just there.
You should go buy some lottery tickets with that. I hear they're a good investment nowadays.
Yeah, the return on investment would be really good. I probably should do that.
Dude, I saw a bottle of scotch here that was selling for 1,200 pounds, which is the equivalent of
$12,000.
No, 1,200. No, it's the equivalent of like $1,500 for a bottle of scotch.
Dang, that must taste like fire.
It can't taste that much better. I could not drink that. I feel like every drink you'd just be like, "Oh, that was $50." I don't think that was worth it. I really don't think that was worth $50 right there.
That would be crazy, dude. That's so expensive.
Oh man, but it's a good investment though, because you'll make money back.
Yeah, definitely.
Some point along the line.
You could just tell people that you did it, and like they'd probably pay you for that. Like,
yeah. Oh man.
They once again. Sorry. Okay, so I heard this story on the radio.
Yeah.
Because people in America listen to the radio for some reason.
Oh yeah. Here.
Don't even get me started on the radio. But I heard this story, and the person was saying that a 7-year-old kid was so addicted to playing Fortnite that he won't go to school anymore. Like, just refuses to go to school. And so his mom was like trying to get him to go to school and was like trying to get him like to stand up and like turn off his Xbox, and he headbutted her when she tried to make him go to school. And so like he hasn't been to school, and he's like so addicted that he literally straight up headbutted his mom.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's the worst parenting I've ever heard of.
Well,
like,
I kind of feel bad for her though, because her kid headbutted her.
No, yeah, but you shouldn't be in that position in the first place.
Yeah,
I
know. Don't let it get that far.
If it's gotten that far, golly.
And I think like parenting is like really easy. It's like we are qualified to
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm in a good position to criticize parents, but
yeah.
No, but okay, that does suck to be the mom, but like any kid that feels like they have the right to just tell their parents no,
so
like,
entitled, yeah.
Gee whiz, that sucks though.
Send to military school.
That's what I say, you know.
See, that's a good thing about America. Military school.
Military school. Yeah, the military schools over here are pretty lax. They're not good.
I would assume, yeah. I think our army would be your army.
Your army. Yeah, my army as well. Your
Yeah,
army
you're now
doesn't have face
You're now
painting,
Scottish.
so-
Oh shoot! But we have guns. You guys still fight with swords.
Ah, that's true. That's true. Don't get close to us, though.
Although you have the mind games of like when they like flipped all their kilts up or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can't handle
Best
our
part of
taunting, bro.
Yeah.
Have you seen Monty Python?
I actually have not seen Monty Python all the way through.
Monty Python? Oh,
I've seen
there's this
most of it.
taunting scene where the guy's like, "Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of wriggleberries," or something like that.
Yeah, relatable.
Yeah, funny.
Definitely funny, dude. Definitely funny.
There was so the first morning I woke up here, the house we're staying at is kind of out in the country, and there's like some farmhouses around us. So I went outside to like read and stuff, and
Oh my gosh, here it is again. With the reading. It doesn't change when he goes across the globe, people. The children love the books. I didn't realize that guy was in Godfather. I was like,
Really?
where have I seen that guy before? I'm like, that's the guy from Elf. Why is that his most famous role in my mind?
No, it is. He's most known for Elf. I go outside and I sit down, and immediately I hear these cows just mooing like so loud. Okay, first of all, mooing, it's not a good adjective for what cows were doing. I don't know. They were just like screaming their heads off. And then I hear this farmer like honking this little high-pitched horn at them. It's like, beep, 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 beep. And he's like, go on, get on with that, go on. He's like screaming at these cattle like a mile away. I can't even see them, but it's just traveling. Like, what is this? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, go on with it, go on, Kevin, hold on. So funny. Oh man. If that's
country.
not Scott, yeah, then
Yeah, that is the definition.
everyone here is a farmer. I'm ready. Like, there's a lot of tourists, especially in the summertime. So even right now, there's a lot of tourism. So the town is just like packed. It's so small, and I'm just like ready for all the tourists to be gone. Just like, it's kind of annoying trying to figure out banking stuff, and there's just tons of people. But
yeah, it's like I just really hate people that aren't from Scotland, like going to Scotland. Like, definitely get that, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, I know. And like, I'm walking around town, I'm like, I'm so sick of these people asking me questions about this and this, and I just tourist, place. I don't want you up in my space.
Yeah. This country's for us.
Oh man, what else? I don't really. Okay, what's up with this like huge straw debate going on right now?
I know nothing about that. All I hear is like people are like, they're like straws are like not allowed anymore or something. I don't even know.
I don't know where that came from. It came out of nowhere.
And yet again, another reason for America has to be number one in the world.
But it's happening in like California.
Yeah, well, I guess they're actually like really bad for the environment, and so they're like, I think they're. I shouldn't speak on this. I don't know enough, but I think that they're like trying to ban plastic straws.
Dang.
Which is funny though, because I went to like this really hipster coffee place last night, which like are notorious for being like environmentally friendly, which is the worst. Like, I hate the environment. Like, I'm kidding.
Me too, man. Me freaking too.
But they
like,
had
Mother Earth can take care of herself.
Yeah, seriously, natural selection of the whole world. Of worlds going against each other. But anyway, they had like 100 plastic straws set out for us, and I was like, really? You guys, plastic straws? But I guess they're actually really bad for the environment though, so I'm like, if you don't want to have them, cool. But I don't know how they're going to ban all plastic straws. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, how, logistically speaking, like, how would that even be possible?
Well, something like there's already so many of them made. That's
well,
like,
I know, yeah.
If there's like one thing though that I just do not like drinking out of cups of I love straws. I love drinking out of
The
straws.
straw guy. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
like it's like a weird quirk of mine that like even at home, like I'll put a straw in almost everything I drink. I don't know why. It is really weird, but I'll sacrifice anything for the environment. I'll take shorter showers. I will, you know, do other things like turn the lights off maybe.
Do you brush your teeth in the shower?
I have before.
Really?
Paul does.
I've never done that.
Yeah. I hated getting in the shower and seeing Paul's toothbrush there, like sitting, and he would leave it in the shower. I'm like,
That's
don't you
actually
think it's
really
gonna get gross
Yeah,
in there? Like,
that's really gross.
what can you do except brush your teeth?
One thing
with someone.
I don't understand, and this is like very ignorant, I'm sure, and like I'm sure someone's gonna correct me and be really angry, but
Out of everyone that follows us, we get a lot of back.
I don't understand like water and being like, we'll protect the water because like all of it like it just cycles through, you know, like because that's the we learned for 18 years of school, like, well, water, you know, it starts as a liquid and then it goes up as a gas and then it goes from solid and then it comes down. So I'm like if you like putting water, doesn't it just evaporate then the same and then come back down? So like to me it's like isn't it all the same? Like, why do we have to reuse water? Like, why can't we use water? So someone surely is going to correct me on that and be really unfortunate. And again, I'm open to learning more. I just I
know. I never thought about this before.
That push of like, well, we have to have water. Like, well, I don't really understand because it's all
water's like gas. You know, it's going to run out someday in the future. We need to find a renewable water source.
And I'm like, what? Like, I thought water was like our for sure. That was what I was thinking on.
I guess like paying the water bill. If you use less water, you pay less money. I guess that would be a reason to use less money. But that's not environment, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm sure someone's gonna correct me, but
yeah,
I'm open to it.
Get a lot of hate, but so it's what is it? 10 o'clock your time?
10:36 a.m.
So it's 4:36 for me. And I'll tell you what's weird is like around 1 or 2 is like 7 or 8 your time, and that's when everyone back home wakes up. So like it's just strange to be like I've already eaten lunch and stuff, and then like, Paul's waking up, you know, and I send him a text or something. It's just really weird, but other than that, it's fine.
When I was in Albania, I think it was 8 hours, and that was like literally everyone's like, I was going to bed and you guys were like getting up. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Well, it was in the summertime too. It's like you guys were sleeping in, so it was like everyone was like, I was like never able to talk. I was like, all right, see ya.
All right, peace. I'm going to sleep. Also, like just like social media. Like I'm not on social media that much, but like I go to check Instagram in the morning or something, and there's nothing because nobody's awake. Because I only follow America, which is funny, but I'm sure that'll change a little bit, but.
Dude, you're gonna blast up in your follower ratio, dude.
I might beat you. Might come up to 1,000.
Don't even. 1,000 again. Sure, it'll go back down. So I'm kind of just waiting.
What was I gonna say? Frick. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to be on Instagram more, just like keep people updated, which is gonna be weird for me because I used to never post anything.
Gotcha.
But
I barely ever posted, and now I'm kind of posting more. But that's more of just like, it's not for me. It's more just so I can like post it and see like who likes it, how many people like it, see how much people like me and like enjoy me. And it's not for me or like anything like I need to post. Like I have to post it, but it's not anything like I need to do. So
well, it's like I'm not even that on Instagram that much, except for like every night before I go to sleep and like look at my follower count and like look at my comments, like reread old comments. And if I don't do that, I usually can't sleep very well. So
yeah,
that's just me. Yeah,
no, that's not selfish.
So yeah, that's just me.
So yeah,
no, that's me. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Tell me about the sociology class. Wait, hold on. I can't hear you at all. Did you just mute yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Did you mute yourself?
I don't know what I just did. I hit one of the buttons on my mic, and so
Yeah.
I was like, we'll see what this does. I'm like, that was not a good time.
I was scared I was going to have to talk by myself for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just an idiot. She's a red light, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that does. And I pressed it. And then, of course, immediately my mic, and I was like, that was probably not smart. So I'm glad it actually went back on. But anyway, the sociology class, we have this really funny professor. She's so funny. And so, like, the first couple of days, like, it's like 100-person class. Like, it's in this huge auditorium. People are, like, spread out. And so it's to the point now. I wrote down some notes because I was so mad. So we have a really funny professor. And so I've been noticing that people keep moving closer and closer to, like, the front of the room because they feel now more comfortable and, like, making jokes. And she again,
being a psychologist.
Oh gosh. Well, she again is very, very funny. All of my classmates are some of the most unfunny people I've ever met in my life. They're so bad at comedy. It makes me furious. Like, I loved that class, and now I literally get in there, I just clench my fists and I grind my teeth. It's so annoying. People are so unfunny. But there was a day, like 2 days ago, people are screaming, trying to interject these comments and these things that are not funny, trying to be funny, and no one laughs. I'm like, why do you keep doing it? And then, like, oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. I'm like, just listen to what she's saying. You're not funny. Stop trying to be funny.
Give me an example of something to say.
It's hard to give, like, an exact example, but I'll make one up that's like like kind of what they're doing. It's like she'll tell this really funny story or something of, like, her weekend, something that somehow relates to sociology. I'd be like, oh my gosh, the same thing happened to me. I was like going to the store, and, like, this guy came up to me, he was being so weird. It's there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you ruin her jokes. Like, you make her jokes are less funny. Like, you take the funny out of the room. Everyone is stuck in the comedy just from the room. And it makes me so angry. You're not funny. She's funny. She's hired to teach this class and be funny. Yeah. You are supposed to sit in your seat and take notes. What are you doing? There was a girl who was sitting front row, but interjecting the most not funny things I've ever heard. Knitting. Like, don't knit. Listen. Right? Gosh.
At least people playing Fortnite, like, look like they're on a computer, you know? Like,
she's literally just without anything out, just knitting. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she's just screaming out the most unfunny things. A bunch of these guys really funny, like, saying a bunch of stupid comments, like, yeah. And then she just goes, yeah, and moves on. Like, oh my gosh. How do you not take the hint? Take the hint that it's not funny.
Wait, she's, like, dropping mad hints that you're not funny. You should shut up.
Laughs. She doesn't even get half their jokes half the time because they're not funny. It makes no sense.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
But, like, literally people keep moving closer, and, like, they're literally screaming, like, yelling out that aren't even relatable. She's not even asking them, like, not raising their hand. Like, they're just screaming out random jokes that aren't funny. And it's just like, it's always just, like, constant buzz of noise because people just keep talking and screaming.
That's funny. I'm on a Facebook, like, group message of all of the freshmen in our class, pretty much. Well, all of them that are on Facebook or whatever. And so there's this thing that's been going on, like, the whole time. It's people, like, will do an introduction, like, about themselves or whatever, just, like, assuming that everyone wants to know. I don't care I don't care who you are. I don't know.
Exactly.
So I've obviously never done one. But the funny thing to me is that every single introduction starts the same. Like, well, I wasn't going to do one of these, but what the heck? It's getting time. And I'm sorry this is so late. Every single one says it. Every single one. And then this one really made me laugh. It was probably like 3 paragraphs long, this chick. And she says on the thing, she, like, does a little bit about herself in the first paragraph. And, like, halfway through, she says, she mentions something about being a vegan, and then the next sentence says, I wasn't going to talk about being a vegan because I know that's so whatever. Proceeds to talk about being a vegan for the next 2 paragraphs. I was like, That's just exactly against what you just said you were not.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves, when people are like, act like they don't want to talk about it and then proceed to just vent about it. And like, yeah, so I wasn't going to talk about like how good of a person I am, but I'll just talk about it. So I give all of my time to the homeless shelter. I live there with them as a homeless person. Drives me crazy. Which is like good for you. Like I have no problem if you want to help people out or be a vegan.
No, of course.
But don't act like
right.
You're not going to talk about it. Be like, oh no, I never want to talk about it. But however, I'm going to spend the next hour of my day talking about it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And it's also funny because this has kind of shown me a little bit about like who I am, but like so much information is getting passed through like Facebook and all this stuff, and people are figuring out about orientation events and all this, and I am just not savvy to any of that, so I really have no idea what's going on. I'm moving in tomorrow and there's a bunch of stuff I need to do, but I'm just like I'm definitely a person that like does so much better if I see someone else and talk to them and they tell me what I need to do. Like
that's how I am.
Even like online, like I tried to set up a bank account online and I'm just not good at managing and trying to get through all that. I went into the bank today and they're like, yeah, it's really easy. Come in, make an appointment on Tuesday, and you'll get your bank account that day. Like I'm like, thank you. That's so much easier than all this internet stuff. And I get the internet's great and it helps, but I don't know. That's just, I think some people are wired to work better with personal touch. But why would you buy paper from a machine when you could have the personal touch of a salesman?
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking one story we should tell is when we went to the Grand Canyon, we ate at that steakhouse. I don't know. Maybe you should tell that one because I think the way you tell it is really funny. But
gotcha. Okay, so let me think. What day? Why were we so tired? Because remember we were just exhausted, and we were like, we need to get steak. No, that was the day. That was the day that Caleb and Hillard had that bike crash.
Yeah.
So we like went to Wendy's for lunch, and then we did something during the afternoon. Because by the time that we got to night,
we were starving.
Oh, actually, was that the night that we went? So I think we went back and we tried to find a good place to watch the sunset.
Yeah,
and we found the most amazing place.
An incredible spot. Yeah,
like literally cool. Like down in the Grand Canyon. It was
secluded.
So sick.
Oh, it was so awesome. So awesome.
Until that guy showed up, which was so weird.
This guy that we'd seen earlier rollerblading around the Grand Canyon, just climbs down and he's playing like what kind of music was he playing? It was like EDM or what was it?
I forget what it's called. It's a very specific type, but it's
grunge?
Like this. It's like a grunge rock mix, and it's like this very strange. It's like 2000s level type of stuff.
Like the front voice is very prominent.
So it's like guitars, just like 6 guitars blasting. Yeah. But he was blasting that music out loud, and we were like clearly like trying to just sit like in silence. He was just like blasting music, and we were like, "All right." And then he he left. It was really nice, but he's still like definitely ruined like a lot of it. I was like, "All right, dude," but it was still pretty dope. But
yes.
Anyway, so it was like we got back into like the town that was like close to where we were camping at like 9. It was pretty late.
Yeah.
So we really wanted steak, and so we had talked to some guy earlier that day. I talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, we tried one of the steakhouses here, and it wasn't that good. We're gonna go to this one that we went to. I forget what is it called because it was like
Yippeekiyay Steakhouse."
Yes, it's called Yippeekiyay Steakhouse, and so we pull in. So the entire outside is lined with like American flags, like probably like 6 inches apart.
Way too many.
Yeah.
Way too many.
And
flags.
It's like there's like 6 levels of string with like flags on them, 6 inches apart. And so we're like, wow, American Steakhouse is going to be quality.
This is really good. Really American.
We go in and it is packed. It was so packed. We didn't wait like terribly long, but it was like packed. Yeah. So we're like, wow, this is gonna be really good. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just faked a cough for ASMR. But we get in there and it's packed, and so we sit down and I'm trying to think. Yeah, so we look at the menu and it's like it was like kind of expensive. It was like $20 for most of the stuff. So we're like, well, we'll splurge and like it's gotta
But
be
it
good.
looked like it came with a lot of sides.
Yeah, so like
Like
it's
just a
like
lot of food.
it's like why you get like green beans, mashed potatoes, gravy, baked beans, fries, like macaroni and cheese, like everything.
So much.
Rolls, like rolls on rolls on rolls. And so then we realized like, oh, these are family style. And I like, which like isn't usually, I didn't think anything of it.
Mm-mm.
And so like our waiter, he comes to the table and he spoke barely any English. It was literally like you could barely understand. Like, and it was like you could barely speak English, but his accent was so thick that like we couldn't even. Was so thick. I just had like a list there. It was so thick that we could not even understand what he was saying.
So
but
we
were
was
so hungry,
dressed.
like, the most stereotypical. It was like Woody from Toy Story. It was like what he was working.
It was like bad cowboy. Like no one would believe that's an actual cowboy, but yeah.
We didn't think anything because we're so hungry and we're so tired. But like whatever. And so then we realized that everyone on staff was like not American. Like no one was American, and everyone in the restaurant was not American either. Everyone here was tourists, and we were like, "This is weird." And like, not that we, it wasn't like we needed it to be American, but it was like it was just like a bizarre like thing. It was like
the restaurant was so Americanized. It was funny.
They were trying so hard to seem like they were like American, but they were all like definitely not.
It was working. They were cashing in.
It was packed. So we got the food, and family style was an exaggeration because there was barely any sides. Like they came in these buckets, and you're like, I don't know about that. There wasn't very much anyway, so I was like, well, that sucks. And then the steaks, they were like huge, but it was literally like they'd killed the cow. They took it to the restaurant, put it on the grill, put it on the plate. There was no seasoning. There was nothing. Like it was just like no. It was literally just meat. There was nothing even like any type of oil or like there was nothing. There wasn't. So it was like it was cooked well, but you're like. There's nothing like to taste. Like it's not like steak is bad. It was just like it was just so bland. And we're like I don't know if they like it's so not like an American style of like cooking it. And so then by the time we finished, it was pretty much empty though because we were there pretty late. And so like we finished eating, and so then we went up to go pay, and the people that were taking our money or whatever, they didn't speak English. I don't think they spoke English. They didn't even have any English. So like the waiter spoke English, but the people who were taking the money had no idea how to speak English. So we were like trying to talk to them, and they're like, what? We're like, how are we supposed to pay if we don't know English? Well, at this point, everything was like tripping us out because everything was so bizarre. How like everyone had made it seem like it was so American, but it was like definitely not. And we were the only Americans in there. Like it was so weird. And then the food was strange, and the way they did everything was. And then we were like paying, and I like kind of was feeling like almost like sick because everything was like I don't know. It was just weird. So I realized
the floor was angled, like
the floor was slanted. Like standing there, I'm like, why do I feel like I'm like falling over? The entire floor like slanted, like really high, like abnormally high for a slant. So like we were just sitting, like we were waiting in line to pay for like so long, abnormally long, because they didn't speak English. They like didn't take credit card, but you were like, how do you not take credit card? It's like a restaurant.
Not tell us that before. Yes.
We were literally like, okay. So I think we thankfully like all somehow
some of us had cash or something,
and it's like and so then like waiting in line on an uneven floor after being like tricked into thinking it's like really good American steakhouse, because it was like I just paid like $30 for not good food in a very strange trust anything. It was, and then like that slanted floor was like I feel very uncomfortable. And then like finally paying and leaving, I was like, that was so bizarre. It was so strange.
The thing was, it wasn't terrible. Like it wasn't bad. People were nice enough. It was just like the whole thing was just slightly off. It was like watching something through like the wavy glass of a front door or something. It's like you could tell what it was supposed to be, but it wasn't exactly what it was. It was so funny. But yeah. Oh man. Dang, we're at 46 minutes.
Let the good times roll.
Let them roll on through. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging in there through the weird audio stuff. We apologize that will not happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it feels weird to be doing this thing separately, apart. But I guess this is the plan the whole time. So
this is our lives now. This is my life now.
So be doing this about 8-10 hours a day all week long. So this is our job.
That's smart. Yeah. I'm not even gonna go to class. I'm not gonna go to sociology anymore. I hate that class, dude. And the professor is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. I'm gonna go back to this topic because I'm so mad about it. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. She's so funny, and they ruin it. It makes me so mad. Anyways, I'm gonna stop cutting it off.
Yeah. So that's about all we got for this week. We'll be back at you next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, is it different now that we have to turn this off?